How you doing? Dr. Ulysses Jackson. Welcome back to another Mental Health Monday. Today's topic, man, I chose to discuss is whether or not social media is addictive. All right? So we're gonna play that through. We're gonna try to figure out, right? Is social media addictive? We're gonna figure this out, right? So a lot of time we find ourselves spending a lot of time on social media. So we ask ourselves, is it addictive? Since I happen to be a mental health counselor, that's what I do as my job, and that's what I do as my profession. I'm a mental health counselor in the state of New York, Dr. Ulysses Jackson. There are all levels of addictions when it comes to social media. There are all different aspects of addiction when it comes to dealing with addictive behavior, such as alcoholism, sex addiction, substance use, heroin. There are a lot of different areas of addiction when we talk about that. But today, particularly, we're going to talk about, is social media addictive? So before we get into that, or as we get into that, we have to look at some criteria, and we have to understand that, for one, in the Diagnostic Statistical Magazine, which is the DSM-5 rather, the addiction is not in there like that, but it's addictive behavior. So we're going to get into the addictive behavior, right? To look up, is social media addictive? No, like gambling and stuff like that, that could be treated through your insurance companies and things like that. Nah, we're going to look at the addictive personalities that is associated with internet addiction. Now follow me. The first thing it says is that how long or how many hours are you preoccupied with social media? That's one. How long are you preoccupied with it? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour? Second thing is, when you don't do, or when you don't go online and look at social media, do you feel signs of withdrawal? Feeling like you're missing out on something? And then, have you ever had unsuccessful attempts when dealing with social media? You know what? I'm not going on social media today, or I'm gonna chill. I'm not going on TikTok right now. You know what? I'm not gonna watch a YouTube video. I'm gonna chill for a minute. Do you experience those type of behaviors? So the first one was, are you always preoccupied with getting online? Do you have withdrawals when you're not? Second is tolerance. How is your tolerance level? Do you become agitated? Do you become aggravated? Do you become restless when you're not on social media, right? Second thing, or the next thing, is loss of interest in other hobbies. You used to play with your kids. You used to play basketball. You used to, and then you notice that hours and hours and hours are passing when you're online. So unsuccessful attempts to cut back. I'm not, and this TikTok video, or this new girl I seen, or this guy I seen, or this workout method, or so-and-so is funny, or my comedian, or I follow this person. Unsuccessful attempts to slow down. Loss of interest in other hobbies. Your whole hobby, your whole day is spent on social media. At work, social media. At home, social media. So you got to start to ask yourself, is this addictive? Is this some type of addictive behavior I'm going through? Excessive use. Are you asking yourself, am I online too much? Did you jeopardize relationships? I'm talking about with your kids, your family members. Did you jeopardize relationships because of social media? Have you been caught or accused of, cyber stalking another person? Or is your partner, checking up on you on social media? They're addicted with tracking who likes you. Because this thing works both ways. You're watching a person, and the person's watching you to see who likes you, give the like, how many people like. This thing has gotten to be a whole nother situation, man, which is becoming issues now, which has to be discussed. So jeopardizing relationships and other opportunities. Back when I was growing up, and with these shows, I'm a name, might give my age away. But when I was growing up, we would watch things like The Incredible Hulk. It came on Friday at 3. The $6 Million Man. We would wait for the $6 Million Man to come on. Then it was the Bionic Woman. We're waiting for those things. Even our cartoon shows, we would have to wait to come home to find Batman. And with the poof, pow, and the words coming up over it. We waited for that. the Brady Bunch. We waited. Now, the kids wake up and you can type in whatever you want to watch. One of my favorite cartoons growing up was Gigantor. I could Google that now and see all the shows because it's all online now. So that was taken away from us, from having to wait and watch and wait till 4 o'clock or wait for Friday. Now it's at the tip of your fingers. You can find shows in different countries and different languages all around the world. So that's more time consuming. That's more time that you're gonna occupy yourself in looking through social media and doing that type of stuff. So is this addicted to you? Let's go to the statistics. The statistics says that 2.5 hours each day, the average American is online. 2.5 hours every single day. That's what the statistics show from them going in and out of the analytics. It shows that. So that shows the average American also checks their phone 159 times during the day. And look, we would always say, they're not going to put a chip in me. They're not going to track me. They give you an IP in your computer, and they give you web addresses and connections when it comes to your phone. And we got this on us all day long, ain't even cutting it off. It's so deep that there's no cell phone that I've seen lately that has a battery, which means you can't really power it off. I even saw something with some computers coming out where it just doesn't cut off. And now we got this AI stuff, which is a whole nother issue. But even the phones don't even cut off no more. So they want you to have ready access all day long, 24 hours a day to your phone. So that's 2.5 hours every day the average American use. Look this up. And as a disclaimer, this is not to be taken for a clinical session. This is not to be taken as treatment or therapy. This is an informational discussion that we're having based on whether or not the social media is addictive. And we open these platforms up on Mental Health Monday to have these type of discussions to say, Doc, what do you think about this? And I welcome your input, on the YouTube channels. I welcome that, and comment and leaving messages below. I welcome this type of information to come in so we can figure out whether or not what we're doing is right or wrong, and we want to find out, is this stuff really addictive? The next thing that we looked at is our time management. How much time are you really spending in this? Do you look up the stuff and say, how much time am I spending on social media? When we get home, every single time, we're looking at Facebook, we're looking at TikTok, we're looking at Instagram, we're looking at a certain area of things that we're doing, and we're always looking around to try to figure out how much time we're using in this and how many time we're using in that, and we have to always look and say, what am I really doing? So that's what I was saying. We always have to look at, when we walk in the house, we usually look around and we say, hey, I'm going to get on Facebook, or hey, I'm going to get on Twitter, I'm getting on Instagram, I'm getting on YouTube. No, we just go ahead and do it. And it becomes unconsciously, we just do it. So in the first few minutes of walking into the house or even waking up, we jump on social media. We just get on it becomes natural. We just on social media all day long. Our alarms, that's why we say, if you like this video, give me the thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe so that bell can go off. And whatever it is that you're into on social media, there is an alarm and a button and alert that will alert you that your new post has came or your new video has came. Back in the day with McDonald's, they didn't call you or alert you, we have the new Whopper, we have the new cheeseburger, we have the new, no, you would ride by or you would see an ad somewhere. All day long, this is being fed into our brains. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. I'm saying, what part do you play in an addictive personality when it comes to social media? And how did it affect your life in these areas? Watch this. This is where addiction comes in, an addictive personality. Are you preoccupied more than you would like? Do you feel withdrawal when you're not online? Your tolerance to be online and deal with this, is it changing? Have you had unsuccessful attempts to stop or curb or reduce how you deal with social media. Loss of interest in other sports, other hobbies. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't have time. But then we look at the numbers, right? If each person spends 2.5 hours a day on social media, right? That's 17.5 hours per week. Pull out your calculator. 17.5 hours a week times 4 weeks. You spend 70 hours monthly on social media. But yet, we can't find no time to do nothing else. Or you failing in this class, or you're not spending enough time with the kids. This is where your time is going. This is why this is for awareness. This is not a clinical session. This is to bring your awareness to how you spend your time and know what addictive personality is. When people think of addiction, they think of addiction as drugs, maybe a eating disorder. You know, those are the first things, drugs and addiction, alcoholism, you know. Then we start to get into sex. Then we start to get into porn. Then we're starting to get to these other areas of addiction where we're preoccupied, where we deal with withdrawal, where we deal with certain physical symptoms of addiction. But it's so if I'm asking you, and your behavior, is social media addictive to you? Pull out your, you know what? If you follow me, do this thing. When you get up, have a time management log and log in every time you get online and try to monitor how long you're on Facebook, how long you're on TikTok, how long you're on Twitter. Try to manage how much time you're spending on these social media sites. The average person will get upset, tired, and aggravated because they don't want to change. They don't want to stop, or they don't think it's a problem. Me as a researcher and a clinician, I catch myself saying, it's a favorite guy that does some funny stuff on TikTok and I watch it, but then I start noticing I'm watching it a little more than I would like to. You know what I'm saying? So I have to ask myself, am I addicted to social media? I ask myself that. Again, there's billions of people around the world that use social media. And we use social media for different reasons. And it says one of the main reasons people use social media is to learn new information and to share information and connect with other human beings. That's what it was about. But how much are we doing in connecting with this, right? Learn where our families are, connect with friends, connect with other people, you know? Develop what's your interest, you know? Things of that nature, what we started off doing. And we really just have to monitor ourselves. And again, this is not clinical in nature. This is us sharing information. If it's a topic that you want to discuss on a Mental Health Monday, make sure you drop a line, respond in any way, and I'm sure it'll create the conversation because I want to know what this means to you and what social media addiction means to you. And if you feel like this is happening to you. Dr. Ulysses Jackson, another Mental Health Monday on whether or not social media is addictive. Thanks for following, hit the like button, and subscribe. Dr. Ulysses Jackson, thank you.